My guest today is Carolina Banales. Carolina, how are you?
Great. Thank you very much, David.
Did I say your name correctly?
Perfect.
Excellent. What do you do, Carolina?
So, I'm a telematic engineer. That means that I know from telecommunications and software, and I am a tech entrepreneur here in Latin America. Now I am in my second entrepreneur.
Yes.
My second company. The name is IQ. That means influence in Japanese.
That's awesome. We're doing an interview in English. We're here in Uruguay, and you're doing something in Japanese. I like it.
Yes, I was in Japan in July, and I fell in love with the country. I think it's a great country, and so I look at to have a name like that has something like a really meaning to my product, and in Japanese. So I found IQ, and it was like the perfect match.
Tell me about the business. What does it do?
So in IQ, we analyze the image in Instagram. And we create analytics dashboards based on the information that we have in the image. For example, for the beauty industry, if we take the example of Dior, they use white women and with skin color 1 or 2, and the women there don't smile. So that's an information that the picture has, but the text doesn't have there.
Oh, okay. So it may not be consistent.
Yes.
And you'd
so
help
we
analyze
base to understand the engagement based on the image and not on the data.
I see.
So that's what we are creating.
And you're using that for marketing purposes? Is that the idea?
Yes, for marketing purposes.
Okay.
Yes, and influencer marketing. Which one is the right image to use in my profile from user-generated content?
Okay.
So we have many images to choose, and right now the brands, what they are doing is they are using user-generated content in their profiles. Which one is the best picture to my profile and why?
Okay. And tell me a little bit about the company you just sold, which I thought was a fascinating technology.
Okay, Glams is a private company now, so we didn't sell the technology yet.
Okay.
I hope it happens, but it has like 6 years of history. We create a virtual makeover tool.
And that was your last startup?
Yes, and now we have clients in the US as Ulta, Maybelline, Clarins, and a lot of different beauty brands that are using the virtual makeover tool. We have more than 400 effects. We customize the effects for the brands. We use a lot of image processing algorithms to create that. We changed the technology and the hardware so many times when we started 6 years ago, and it was a long path to go to the US. It takes us like 4 years. But after we were part of 500 startups, that makes a lot of like changes in the company and the structure.
This is really high-tech stuff that you're doing here. And I don't know if you know this, but in America, there aren't women are very much underrepresented in the high-tech industry. Is that true here in Latin America as well?
Yes, it is the same problem. We have the same problem. I think we don't have. When we are really when we are a child, we don't have that as an option.
As women.
Yes, as women, we don't sell that like women to study engineer or something like that. It's not cool enough. So women are not choosing that. They think it's
cool
really
enough. They
hard.
just don't know that it's cool.
Yes, it's so cool. I love my career. I am super passionate about using really like complex technology for solving problems and to like get to use technology that is like, for example, image processing. Now it's more like trendy, but when we started 6 years ago, like that was for like making surgery or like analyzing satellite images. It was really for big problems. Nobody was
because
thinking
it was so expensive 6 years ago. It's cheaper now.
Yes, but nobody was thinking about like daily problems and applying that kind of technology. So I really enjoy creating products with complex technology, but for daily use.
That's awesome. Let's tell me a little about women in technology in South America. What is it like?
So
in technology,
actually,
especially for entrepreneurs like yourself.
Yes. So when we study, it is hard because in your class you only have 3 or 4 other women. So we are underrepresented, and the gender gap is a reality.
Okay.
And then you have a lot of professors that are not women teaching you. So there are a lot of men. The first time we told one of our professors we are going to create a virtual makeover tool, they think you are crazy. Like why did you study engineer to create a virtual makeover tool? And we are like, okay, hi, we are using PhD in image processing, and
Yeah.
it is difficult because
You're using hard science to solve a real world problem. What could be more better?
yes, but we have a lot of men like near us, so they don't empathize with our problems, or
okay.
they don't understand what we are creating right
Okay.
away. They think there is a market for that. Really,
Ah.
women want to try makeup before they buy it, and they
I
don't
guess
know.
I can understand that people that don't use a
You're-
product
you're
don't
advanced.
they don't understand. They don't really think about it. I mean, that's
Yes, and the other thing is that when you start to be an entrepreneur, there is not women invest like as an investor, so you are pitching your idea to many different men.
oh, okay. Oh, so now they don't understand the product, they don't understand the market, and now you're trying to get them to invest in it.
Yes.
And that's a bigger hurdle than if they were.
and also they
familiar
are
with already.
evaluating for your personal choice too. They analyze if you are like in a stable relationship. They analyze if you have like a stable home. If you are going to be a mother, like how old are you?
Oh,
and
really?
They really look at that. They don't say it directly.
They don't do that for men.
No.
No, I know.
No, men is like evaluated because of the potential, and we are evaluated because of the objectives that you achieve.
What do you mean?
Men need to have the potential to become something.
Okay.
You see the potential in a man,
Okay.
and in a woman you want to see the results. To
Interesting.
give them like a new position, to give them money, to give a lot of things. And women also are evaluated because of the familiar situation that they have.
Okay.
they
Okay. I
have,
think
like-
I see what you're saying. So if when I apply for a job, I've done this before. I say, you know what? I don't understand. I've never done that before, but I'm smart. I'm a good learner.
Yes.
I can learn how to do this. And as a man, they will accept that.
Yes.
But as a woman, they'd be less
No.
likely to accept a woman
Yes.
who said the same thing. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Also, women have that pressure, really, like they take that into account, so they only apply to jobs that they are really qualified to
I have
that,
heard
or
that.
overqualified to
Okay.
that. So for us, for example, it takes 2 years and a half to fundraise the first time. It was all men,
Right.
no woman. We didn't find a woman in Latin America to
Really?
invest in us. It was
Ah.
really hard, like at the moment, like 4 years ago, 4 years and a half. Now there is more and more women that are mentors or that are involved in the process of choosing you, but the men have the money, so the check many times are signed by the men.
Okay. So mentors and role models also are related to that as well.
Yes.
Tell me, there's a lot of people. So you grew up. Your parents encouraged you to study STEM. I know. I saw your keynote just recently. You mentioned you have 2 sisters.
Yes.
One of them is like a nuclear scientist or something like that in Austria, right?
She's chemical engineer.
Chemical engineer, okay.
Yes,
I know
and
it
she
was-
worked for General Electric in Austria. She's amazing. She studied new energies there, like a PhD, and then she stayed there to live there because she get this job in General Electric. And my other sister is a doctor.
Uh-huh.
So my parents always encourage us to play and to not be defined by our gender.
Ah.
So they put in front of us a lot of Legos that was like to create planes or to create machines and cities and different things, but we don't have nothing in our home really related to the gender.
Okay.
They also dress us like clowns.
Like clowns? What do you
No,
mean?
but, like really like not pinky clothes, you know?
Oh, okay, all right.
It was like we don't have Barbies in our room. It
Okay.
was like something that was forbidden. And it was funny because they encouraged us to never feel that we can't do something because of our gender.
Well, that's excellent. I that's a big advantage, I think.
Yes, I think that-
Although I will point out that you didn't grow up with all those girly things, but you did have a company that
Yes.
aimed at makeup.
Yes, they didn't change me.
So that's good. That's proving that you can be feminine and you can be
Yes.
smart and
Yes.
innovative as well.
Yes, also has like I really like to fundraise because I am really good at it.
Yeah.
And that's it because I really have confidence on myself or my product, and that I think you build it in a younger age.
Okay.
So to be like confident and to be like able to ask for money and to be able to
Sure.
ask for things, I think something that you something in your mind that you can do when you are really confident.
I totally agree. I've been in that situation where I had to ask for money, and it's a hard thing. It really is.
Yes, it is.
So not everybody grew up with the great parents like you had. What would you say to girls and young women that want to get into STEM and they didn't have some mentors and role models to encourage them? What can they do?
So, my advice is to look to role models.
Okay.
For example, Hidden Figures, the new movie about the NASA girls,
That's a
I
really
think
good
is
movie.
an amazing movie.
Yeah.
I cry when I saw that movie. I really feel like...
You saw yourself in that a little bit.
Yeah, no, I saw the movie 2 times in a plane flying to Japan,
Okay.
and I cry. Both times I cry. It's like a really, for a woman who passed through a lot of things,
Yes.
you understand how difficult it was for them, like 50 years ago, to become an engineer, a black woman in America, and it was a lot of things. So my advice for young girls is to find role models, to understand that being an engineer could be really sexy, could be really fun. I never have so much fun in my life as right now being an entrepreneur and tech entrepreneur. I have so many opportunities. I can travel, I can know the world, I can work with amazing people that is so intelligent, and I can put them like a lot of challenge, and they really are looking forward also to a change, like for men, like working all day with men, it's also boring, and thinking on products that only designed like by men, Right. It's like, okay, and now you come with a fresh idea, with a fresh perspective, and it could be like really you can create a new product and you can really innovate from your point of view.
Yeah, the fresh perspective is, I think, a reason why we should all support diversity.
Yes.
We as an industry gain something from that by having people from different backgrounds, different genders, different races, and so on. Are you mentoring young ladies?
Yes, I mentor young ladies. I also try to mentor men too, because I think this is a combined job. We need to create synergy. We need to create, like, men need to listen to women and women need to listen to men, and we need to work together to change this reality.
I
really like to help young girls on being more ambitious. Many times women change jobs or make an entrepreneur, make a new company to create like a self-employment, because they are looking for flexibility and they are looking for a lot of things. And then you say, okay, no, you can be really ambitious. You can create jobs. You can give people like a real job in your company, and you can give that things that you are looking for. That's why, because you left a company, for example, or a corporation, flexibility to your employees, and you can think on growing this and like going like to other countries. Many women didn't like have that really in mind when they decide to start a business.
And what can men do to help this as well? What can I do?
So a reality is that men that mentor women didn't sponsor them like inside the company.
Sponsor? What do you mean?
Sponsor means like to invite like your mentor to a dinner, like to talk really loud about that girl in a meeting. If there is an open position, okay, why we didn't consider this girl? So men need to start like mentoring women a lot more. It's a fact that to have a mentor inside an organization, someone that takes care, someone that you can tell, okay, I have this problem, I want to like get a promotion, I want to apply to this new position, but I don't know if I am going to fit or not. What do you think? This is the right department for me or not? To have that kind of conversation inside a company is so important. So I think it's a job for the men to have women who mentor, like that they can mentor them,
and then it's also advocate for them, as you mentioned before.
Yes, I think the companies need to create the right environment. We need to know and we need to live with the fact that right now there is like the concern about sexual harassment and a lot of different things that make a lot of steps backward to the fact that we need more mentors.
Yes.
So companies need to work that, to create the right environment, to create plans inside the company, to have objectives, to have like days for meetings and all of that. When you have more like structure, for example, in Latin America we use Endeavor, who is an organization that promotes entrepreneurs, high impact entrepreneurs. So they give you the mentors, and you have like you can choose or you can like.
Oh, really? So even if you don't know mentors, you can find them through Endeavor.
Yes.
Excellent.
So you need to be a high impact entrepreneur, but they give you a lot of support. They create a board for you,
Uh-huh.
and they help you to expand to other countries.
Nice.
It's a really big organization in worldwide, and that creates the right environment to have like the idea of mentors. You know.
Very interesting. You've given me a lot to think about, and I
I
enjoyed.
hope like if I change one man like in this conversation, I would be happy. And if
Oh,
it's
I
you,
hope so
I am
too.
happy.
Yes, I really enjoyed talking with you. I really enjoyed your keynote. And
Thank you
do you
very
have an
much.
online presence?
Yes.
What is it?
What?
Do you have an online presence?
Yes, of course. Caro Banales is my Twitter, and
Okay.
Carolina Banales is my Instagram account.
Okay.
So you can find me there. More than happy to talk to continue the conversation.
We'll put that in our show notes.
Okay.
Carolina, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, David. It was a pleasure for me. Thank you. Many times my friends didn't understand the technology that I am creating, but they believe in me, and that's the most important fact.